questions, man. All right.
So
I'm gonna start with my tenure. I've been here since what is it? It's April what?
19.
April 19th. I was here May. Hold on, not May. What's
March
25th.
March, right?
We got here the 26th.
Yep, I got here the 26th.
And that was on Wednesday. We got settled in. We went to orientation on Thursday. And that was to sign the papers. And they was selling us a dream. And then Friday we had the orientation what we was gonna be doing on the yard. Boom, bam. Selling us a dream, telling us all this good shit. We're gonna be doing this, that, and the third. Hella trainers, this, that, and the third. Don't believe none of that shit. Recruiters, you gonna talk to like 10 different motherfuckers on the phone when you trying to get something done as you going through the process. So is this phase one, right?
There was no beginning of phase one.
The beginning of phase one consists of orientation, then you going out there to a forum. The era that we was in, we went on the forum and we stayed on the forum because they shut down the North Lot. With that being said, it was hella people trying to learn the maneuvers to pass the test at the DMV. So you trying to learn the straight back, the offset, and the parallel. Then you got your pre-trip on your downtime. They're gonna tell you the pre-trip is your Bible. Bible this, study this, study this. Once you got the pre-trip, you got it. The rest of it is learning the maneuvers. I say learning the maneuvers because you are not gonna get hands-on time like you think you are. Right. You'll be standing around half the day waiting on your turn. You'll have a group of 22 people, one instructor, right, one truck, and you just standing there.
How many times you think you get on the truck in a day?
I got on the truck at least one to two times a day.
And how many hours were we out there training every day?
Shit, about 10 hours.
So you're telling me you got on the truck once to practice out of 3 maneuvers, out of 10 hours of standing on the field, and what kind of weather?
Oh yeah, it was between 25 36 degrees.
Yep.
In the snow. Living situation, not even better. You know, my first day, I came in off the bus, and they gave me a room, and when I went to the room, I came here, it was like 12 o'clock, noon, so my roommate was already in school. So when I walked in the room, his stuff was there, and I was just standing there. So I didn't feel comfortable, and I hope that somebody would give me the same respect. And I left, and I waited till he came back. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want nobody coming in my room while I'm at school. Who knows what that person could be capable of, stealing shit or whatever. Right, it's not organized. It's just, it's bullshit. So with that being said, you know, me, a person of my character, I was able to be humble. And, you know, if you are a person who want the training on demand, it's not going to work.
That's right.
Because if you need that hands-on training,
one-on-one time,
you're not going to get it.
Right.
You're not going to get it. And it'll build frustration. And then when you get frustrated, it's going to create conflict with the peers and the trainers. And that's what a lot of people had to go through. And it's not necessarily wrong, but it's just something that you have to go through.
Right.
You know? And it was horrible, man. Going through day out, day in, you riding a bus, school bus with 77 people max, and it's tight. You gotta ride the bus during the week, Monday through Friday. You gotta go to the school just to take roll call. And then you gotta get back on the bus and go to the forum.
What kind of eating accommodations did the school provide you day in and day out?
We didn't eat. They didn't feed us. Goddamn.
So if you didn't bring money, you was on your own, huh?
You were on your own. You know, some of those recruiters were telling people that they will have food, breakfast. They will provide breakfast. It's a cold ass donut. I seen it myself. It's pre-delivered from Dunkin' Donuts. They'll deliver it the day before, and it'll be like 3 to 4 cases, and it'll last, I guess, for 2 days. And you have a donut on your way out the door to the cold, and it's bullshit. And training was just most of the trainers was there just to get a check, per se. It was a lot of conflicts with me and my group. We went through a lot of shit, and it was just like, you know what, I'm gonna show you this maneuver, and it's on you to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm paying $5,000, possibly 10 if I quit,
The principle is right.
$10,000 just for them to just basically demonstrate, and that's all you get for the rest of your seven days. Then you eligible to test, if I'm not mistaken. But it's really, they're getting over. Motherfuckers is getting over.
$10,000, and you don't get adequate training.
Nope.
When you were doing when you're on the lot and you were doing your maneuvers, you were doing the creeping method, right? How fast is creeping?
Creeping is 5 miles per hour.
And then after creeping, even without adequate training on how to operate and control that vehicle, they take you out on the road. How fast are you going from 5 miles an hour? Then what do they want you to do?
Oh shit, 60, 65.
And that's prior without any experience on the road with that vehicle.
But we moving a little too fast now. We got to tell them about our tenure. When we were here, they were in the process of shutting down the North Lot.
That's right.
So you get 4 days at the farm, and that's just back end and maneuvers.
3 years at North Lot.
We were supposed to go to the North Lot to learn how to creep, to learn how to wide turn.
Right.
We didn't get none of that.
Because it was under construction.
They took us straight on the road. Straight on the road. Back road driving was the first day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I didn't know how to turn. And I didn't know, you know, what creeping was.
Mm-hmm.
I just learned how to drive that motherfucker.
So you telling the people you went from 5 miles an hour to 55 in civilian traffic?
Yes. Yes.
Fucking crazy.
You know, we could post videos. I have videos. Motherfuckers snapping. Students in the damn ditch. Goddamn. Trainers don't give a fuck. I'm talking about, we got fresh trainers out there who can't do the maneuvers but are trying to instruct you how to do the maneuvers. And it's bullshit. And you know, they give us these progress packets and they don't even use them.
Not at all.
And we're like they said, they're making us pay $5,000, and basically it's like a forced to work or you pay type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So moving forward, back to the creeping and the wide turns, I never got that. I never was taught that. Mm-hmm. Most of what made me successful was just watching YouTube, sit back, watch, and listen to. Now I ain't gonna get you wrong. There was one particular trainer that helped me out, and he was basically telling me, and I feel that he was right. As long as you know your waypoints and what you're looking for, you'll be fine. But an average person need that hands-on and seeing it as you're making the maneuvers. You need that trainer right beside you, and also you need a trainer to sit back and let you fail and try to fix it. You don't get those opportunities. But other than that, I was one of the lucky ones.
Right.
And I only got one solid day of over the road training. It was a day and like an hour and a half, as opposed to getting my full 4 days. And I just took what I learned from that day and a half of driving. Well, not a half, in an hour worth of driving time. And shit, it was mostly praying for me. But came test day, I was fortunate and I passed.
That's right.
And I can't credit CRA. I guarantee you, I cannot credit CRA. It was the guys that's around me now, and a few other names. You know, I don't know if they want me to put their names out there, but we had a strong group, and we pulled together.
That's right.
We studied, and we applied ourselves. If at the end of the day, if it was a law to where we can pay for our own testing, we wouldn't have needed CRA.
That's right. They didn't do anything.
Like we could easily, they would have gave us the pre-trip, and they would have gave us the maneuvers, and give us a truck. We ain't stupid.
We learned it on our own anyway.
We not stupid. We not finna get in no truck and do 35 miles per hour.
How'd you learn how to wide turn?
Shit.
Right in traffic, right?
Yes, right in traffic.
We learned in traffic.
Man.
There was no creeping. There was no baby mode. We had something like
yeah.
what's it called? A simulation. You know, there was no road cone set up. You literally went from creeping at 5 miles an hour to being put out there in civilian traffic, trying to maintain 45 miles an hour without ever really adequately learning how to operate that vehicle. And you're doing it in traffic. And sometimes it's rush hour traffic. You got buses coming out. The locals around here are used to these trails. They're running right in front of us. And we don't really know the operation, how the maneuverability of that vehicle. And then on top of that, they'll tell you to get onto the freeway. Now, you know, on the freeway, people doing 70, 80, 90, and they want you to merge in without properly teaching us how to the maneuverability of that vehicle. And like he said, we never even got a time to go to North Line. We didn't know how to wide turn. All of that stuff just came with intuition. So if we're paying for training, and that was the standard that was given for the loan that we've taken out, then there needs to be some type of reparation. There needs to be some type of recourse as to how the students that were failed by the instructors in the school themselves can actually go about getting that money without actually having hurt in their credit or coming out their pockets. Because, like he said, not only that, when you go to these test sites, you'll have like 40, 50 people there. Bro, you lucky if 6 people pass. 6.
Oh, yeah. So it was 22 in our group. The day when we got to the testing site, you know, everybody had in their mindset it's a strong possibility that a lot of people was going to fail. Mm-hmm. So the outcome was basically much. It was the statistics that they were talking about. Like, you know, it wasn't nothing but like, what, 10% passed, 5% of our group. It was only 4 people who passed.
Out of 30. I need people to
understand
that.
It was 30.
I need people to understand that. That's 4 people out of 30. Yeah. When you see numbers like that, it's not so much the students aren't getting it as it is the training and the instructors in the school itself and the program isn't set for the actual adequate studies of these students to transition into becoming truckers. The school fails you and they see you as a check. 4 out of 30 people isn't adequate in any type of school. That's not school. That's just playing the odds. Here go 30 people here, 4 pass. Send the rest from home. And they still get that money. So you came to trucking school and you didn't learn anything. Hopefully you get your CDLs and hopefully you get placed with a good trainer. And if not, well, shit. I hope you had some experience trucking before, man.
Yeah. So I was one of the 4 that passed. I thank God. You know, I was praying and I was able to pull it off. Man, I'm telling you, it was a blessing though, because after all the shit that we went through, and you know, I was able to pull off the maneuvers, and that's basically what happened. But moving on to the next phase. The next phase, you know, you think you're done with it. You done did it. At that point, I should have got the fuck on. I repeat, I should have got the fuck on. I should have got my shit, and I should have got the fuck on. Yep. I don't know where I'm pointing, but I should have went that way. That's where I should have went. I should have went that way. But yeah, it gets worse. It really does. But because they and now this is in Indiana. We in Indiana, right?
In Indiana.
This is Indiana. You know, we went to orientation the next day, and we sat in the classroom for 4 hours. So everything that they go over is basically safety procedures, and it's all like things that you already heard, you already know. You know, everybody has to go through it with every job. So you go through orientation, you sit there for 4 hours, and they give you a gas card. Damn, this shit. This dumb shit. They give you a comm data card. This shit right here. And they give you a pay card. This shit right here. So the pay card is for you to get your paycheck, and your gas card, that's basically for your advances and put fuel in your truck. And they give you this sweet little speech and tell you, yeah, welcome to the squad. Mm-hmm. You know, you guys, congratulations at the end. By the time he was saying this was the end, I was walking up and I was getting out of there because I was already asleep. So then the next day, they're going to move you from a room to another room. Mm-hmm. And it's a shitty ass Red Roof Inn right down the street from Chicago. Right. It's right down the street from Chicago. And it's basically bullshit. Once again, I was one of the, you know, I was able to slide through the cracks by, you know, just listening and not trying to be aggressive, but at the same time, you know, it was still some bullshit. So I was able to get with another guy who was in my group, and we teamed up for the advanced course on the training over the road, which consists of 2 weeks, 70 hours, instead of doing 150 hours by yourself with a trainer. So we got to the Red Roof Inn, and it was early that morning. We checked in with a placement coordinator, and she stated that, you know, she was frustrated. She said, hey, she walked in the room, she was like, I'm not even dealing with this shit today. And y'all better be a little bit more in a positive attitude, because I'm about ready to leave this whole company. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. This shit ain't over.
These are people who just got into the company. And that is their first introduction into them becoming actual company men with a trucking company.
Yeah.
You just got your CDLs. You all psyched. You ready to progress and get into your career.
Man, that was kind of
and this is what and this is right. And that's what you confronted with here at CR.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh shit, here we go again.
Yep, here we go again.
So, you know, I'm listening to everybody's stories. I've been here for a week. I've been here for 2 weeks. They still haven't called me. They keep saying I'm on the list. So me and my partner, we was like, you know what? We're going to do this advanced shit, and maybe it'll work out for us. And it actually did. So we told the lady, we don't have no preferences. Fuck it. Smoking, non-smoking, we'll do it. And she was like, oh, okay, so y'all pretty much ready to go now.
Yeah.
And we told her, we was like, yeah. So we got to our room. It was shitty. The room wasn't even clean. My bed was messed up. It was piss all over the toilet.
Crazy
and I'm like,
shit.
Yo, this some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
You know, my dude, like, shit, I guess he used to that living condition, but I'm
I'm not.
That shit. You tripping, bro. When I smoked a cigarette, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to swallow this, you know, hard pill to swallow. So we sitting there, and we get a phone call. She was like, yeah, we found you a trainer, and y'all gonna be leaving in the morning. So the trainer reached out to us like an hour later, and it was this old white guy. He was like, yeah, you guys gonna be ready tomorrow. We're gonna pull out, and we're going to North Carolina. So I'm like, oh shit, that's my home right there. So if I don't like this shit, I'm gonna get the fuck off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already thinking of a plan B. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shit, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm ready. Bro, like, yeah, I'm gonna drive first. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just do this shit. Yep. So took a nap, took a shower and everything, man. We got up, we hopped up, we getting our coffee and all that shit. So damn, he called us. He's like, all right, I'm gonna be there in about 5 minutes. I'm pulling up. So we got our luggage and shit, our bags and shit. We done prayed, said a little prayer. We was like, fuck it, we finna go. We out there in the cold. It's freezing. We still hyped. We hyped as fuck. Then we get in the truck. Dude was like, all right, y'all, how y'all doing? My name is such and such and such and such. I ain't gonna state no names, but he was like, yeah. Here, all right, before we get started, here's the rules. He said, I got, what'd he say? I got 2 rules. You can smoke, just roll down the window. And the bottom bunk is off limits. Nobody can sleep there but me. You can sit there, but you can't sleep there. Your bed's at the top. Y'all choose between the 2. It was a bed at the top, and it was a bed overhead cabin, right, where you drive at. So I'm like, all right, here we go. All right, we'll take it. We'll accept that. Yeah, we cool with it. So we driving. You know, we go down to the what they call it, not the base, but
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, we go to the terminal or whatever you want to call it.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
No, we don't go there yet. We still in Chicago to pick up a load.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To go to North Carolina.
Yeah,
so we pulled up.
The dock, pick up. Yeah.
We went to the dock and it wasn't there. The trailer wasn't there. So, damn, I was like, shit. They finna end up canceling this shit, and that's what they did. So we hung around for 2 hours, and we practiced the 45-45, the back end maneuver, and you know, he was talking pretty decent. He came off like, you know, he really was interested in training us. And you know, we was cool. We was like, yeah, this gonna work out right here. This gonna be all right. It's cool right here. So the dude get the phone call from the load, and he was like, all right, y'all ready to roll? I'm gonna drive to the truck stop. We're gonna watch this shit out, and then I'm gonna let y'all take over. So we like, bet. So shit, I'm getting in there. I'm sitting in the back. We get to the, we pick up the load, and we head on the highway. We stop. Then we get the truck wash, the trailer. And, no, matter of fact, the load we had to pick up was in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
So we washed out the trailer. Then we took off. So we got an empty trailer. So he finally, he let bruh drive first. Because he said he was going to drive. So, you know, it was cool. We was riding, rolling and cooling, getting to know each other.
Feeling like real truckers at that
Yeah,
point.
we were feeling like truckers and shit. I'm in the back, and you know, I'm like, shit, he killing this shit. He nailing it. So he doing 60 to 62 miles per hour. And then he was like, oh, well, that's not going to cut it right there. So he started applying the pressure. He was like, yeah, you're going to have to get this, you're going to have to hit cruise control to get up to 65 miles per hour. And, you know, he had it broke down to the T as far as making money and on-time deliveries. And, you know, I'm all for that, but at the same time, I'm new.
Right.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to have to tell him, like, yo, when it come to me, I'm trying to slowly progress to get up to the point that you want to set. You know what I'm saying?
It's
our first day.
Yeah.
So my guy, he got the big head. He like, fuck this, I'm a trucker. I can do this shit. I was like, no problem. So he doing 65.
Yeah.
Boom. So we coming through Missouri. Man, it started raining like hell. It was raining. It was raining. When I say it was raining, it was raining.
Did they teach you how to maneuver through that series?
No. It was raining like hell. And the motherfucker driving the truck in the rain, trying to impress our trainer.
Right.
I could tell he was tired. He was from a different country.
Yeah.
He had his hair. At first it was down, hat on. He had took his hat off. Then next thing you know, his hair all over his face.
Yeah.
And he just sitting there. He determined to make it to where we going without having to stop. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, this dude he ain't straight.
Fatigue,
like,
people.
Yeah, fatigue.
They teach you about that.
So the trainer, he just chilling like, fuck it. He want to fight.
Yeah, this
We
motherfucker.
looking at each other, I'm like, man, the motherfucking truck swerving because it's empty. I'm like, oh, Lord, truck's going by, bum, bum. Headlights, he still had the headlights on. Truck's trying to get by. He was still making them pass other trucks.
And mind you, rollovers are the #1 cause of death to truck drivers.
He had
you ain't got no weight in that truck, no center of gravity, and you're sliding.
Cutting trailers off and splashing them at the same time. He told him once, but he kept doing the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we riding. He got this bitch up to 65 miles per hour. He cruising. He got down. Fixing his hair and shit. I'm like, oh shit, he look like he trying to get home to his kids no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, in the back of my mind, so I try to sit back, say a little prayer. I sits up, we going downhill. We get up to 71 miles per hour. He like, he said his name. Said it like a little ass kid. He was like, I have a question. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the motherfucker like, what? He was like, yeah, what's your question? He said, it's not stopping. I said, motherfucker, if you don't stop this motherfucking truck, he was like, stab the brake. You gotta stab the brake. And I'm like, oh shit, we finna die. Man, he started slowing down. He was like, oh, okay, I got it. Man. Next thing you know, he back up to 65 miles per hour. Man, that was strike one with me. So I was like, damn.
I'm about to die, bro.
So we get down to the truck stop. As soon as we hit the truck stop, it stopped raining. Dude. I told him, I was like, shit, you did all right, bro, but shit, you should have slowed that bitch down. It was fun after it happened, but, you know, he should have slowed it down. So, as we got into it the next day, you know, my dude was asking questions, and the guy was aggressive with his training. He was, you know, expecting us to know this shit and didn't realize how his tone of voice was carrying to new students. And it was like, if you asked him a question, especially with the map, he was going over the Atlas. Mm-hmm. The Atlas map, he expected us to pull it out every time. And we're sitting here questioning him.